When watching various members on the House floor, some wear cloth masks or surgical masks that are supposed to help prevent the wearer from spreading the virus. And as a rule, you should wear the mask over your mouth and nose. And you should not touch your mask with your hands, because otherwise, if you touch a surface...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I rise today in opposition to the effort to impeach President Trump.
As I have been saying all summer long,
it was a violent attempt to interrupt our democratic majority.
The president used untruthful
anarchy.
All issues that occurred during the sham impeachment proceeding
doesn't unite the country.
Some may say impeachment is political.
And those individuals who
did not support the objection to certification last week.
We have a new wall around this Capitol. Don't think for a moment, Madam Speaker, that
we must be bigger and better than the most base of instincts that have been driving our political discourse.
And that's why Donald Trump must be impeached.
It's the beacon of hope for all the world.
The first step in that process is to root out
a number of individuals.
On interviews,
I ask my colleagues to act with ethics and good faith.
To put her people first.
And many in this chamber have shamelessly
objected every time.
Completely unacceptable. We called it the American dream.
Hey, we must embody those words.
A process contemplated in the Constitution to offer an objection, and we were labeled seditionists. Democrat members of Congress raised funds for groups attacking our police, burning our cities, destroying our businesses, establishing autonomous zones, and they were celebrated as justice warriors. Wednesday, they called for unity, democracy, and healing. Now, just days later, seeking power and political advantage, the Democrats have reverted to the mean. They've gone back to their natural state, the party of impeachment, removal, and division. They're about to have unified control of the government. Maybe they'd use this time to preview an agenda for the American people. Now, the last two times the 25th Amendment was invoked, it was to facilitate a colonoscopy. Now they're using it to facilitate a transition to Joe Biden. How weird. Why? I'd call it virtue signaling, but there is no virtue in it. This removal effort isn't for America. It's for them, for their ability to showcase and wield power. And we see the power of cancellation and removal on full display in America today. Forbes magazine has called for White House officials to be shamed and unemployable. ABC News has called for the cleansing of the Trump movement. I don't know what that means, but talking about cleansing our fellow human beings sure is scary. Big tech has driven consumers and conservatives off of monopolistic platforms, and then when we created our own platform, Parler, it was nuked from the internet altogether. The gentlelady from New York was booted from a Harvard advisory board because she took an adverse position on electors that had been taken by every single member of the Congressional Black Caucus in 2001. Cancellations for some, celebrations for others, for doing the exact same thing. The President of the United States can't tweet or post on Facebook, but we know from Project Veritas that the principal counsel for PBS can call for the government to steal children from Republicans and throw Molotov cocktails at the White House. We should allow America to heal.
What took place on January 6, 2021?